Hey, so you're ready to do a virtual headshot. This video is basically going to explain to you how to set up so that you can have a friend take your photo, and then what we're going to do is we're going to retouch out the backdrop so that the background looks professional behind you. So what you need is a window, something that's fairly big. Ideally your window would be fairly high, so a little bit higher than eye level. If it's kind of lower down to the ground, then you might want to be sitting while you're having your picture taken, but it's not the end of the world. So you want a window that's going to create light on your face, and when you're getting your photo taken, you're going to be standing pretty much maybe about 5 to 7 feet away from the window, pointing towards the window. And the person who's taking your picture is going to have their back to the window, and they're going to be standing here with an iPhone or any sort of smartphone. The cameras are going to be high enough resolution that we can work with them. So the key thing that's really important to keep in mind is for good lighting, you want to make sure that basically the only light source is the one that's coming from the window. So we're going to turn out the other lights in your space, okay? So let's flip all of these off, and this way the light might feel dark, but the quality of the light or the direction that it's coming from and how soft it is, that's all going to work well for the actual photo. The picture will be exposed properly as long as you're doing it during like the middle of the day and there's plenty of light coming in. So again, you're going to be standing right here and the person is going to be taking your photo. So this video right now that I'm playing shows exactly how that's going to look, what the setup is, and what you want to do. Take a look at this example photo here. You want to try to make sure that the framing comes to about here at least, maybe even a little bit further out, and you don't want the camera too close to the person. In general, it's better to stand a little bit further back and zoom in a tiny bit with your phone by like pinching or whatever. If you're too close and you're filling up the frame with the person, what happens is there's distortion, and so like your face might look a little bit too big compared to your body. So the person who's taking the photo is going to stand back here and zoom in just a little bit. You'll be standing or sitting depending on how you want the light, and you're just going to make sure that your posture is good, and you want to grab a couple of nice friendly smiles and a couple of slightly more serious shots. And basically, again, making sure you're not cropping off any of the side, because we need the entire frame of you in the shots so that we can replace the background. So one thing to keep in mind is that when you shoot, you want to have the person standing at a little bit of an angle. You want to be at an angle, generally not straight on, because it can look a little bit too tense, okay? And you also want the framing to be like that. You don't want the framing to be too far out. If the framing is too far out, the quality is going to go down. So we want to be a little bit closer. So here is a little bit more of a headshot. Another little thing to be careful of is just looking for wrinkles in the shirt. So depending on what your team is wearing, if they're wearing something more casual or like a suit, you want to make sure the tie is straight, the shirt is not wrinkling or bunching up underneath. Just little things like that can really help the shot look a little bit cleaner. You want to also be careful about what's called S-bends, just making sure that your posture is straight and that your head isn't sort of tilted opposite your body, because then it kind of gives this S shape. Here we want to keep the head straight, okay? So again, when you're looking at the shots, you'll be able to kind of compensate for little things like that, but it's very important. Just kind of make sure that your posture is looking good, your expression is looking good, and the lighting is fairly good. We can fix the background, we can retouch blemishes and all of those things in the shot, but we can't change your expression, and we can't change if your body position is looking off. To make sure that your smiles look good, the best way to get a good smile is just laughing and having fun, okay? So you can fake laugh if you want and just go and then that'll kind of create a real smile. For serious shots, don't think too much like serious and intense, think like approachable and friendly. So just kind of doing like a closed mouth smile like that. It's totally up to you though. You'll have whoever's helping you take a few different shots and they can show it to you to make sure that you're liking the way that they're looking, and you just do a number of them, and then what's going to happen is you select afterwards your favorite shot, and that one will be the one that you email, and you can email it directly to retouching@cityheadshots.com. Okay? If you have any questions or you have any challenges or you can't figure something out, you can always email us, info@cityheadshots.com, and we'll walk you through it. If we take a look at the image that you submit and realize that something isn't matching specs or isn't going to work for the final photo, we'll totally let you know and kind of explain and help you get through it to make sure that you have a final shot that works. But fairly straightforward. Again, the most important thing is making sure that the lighting is good and that the person is taking the picture from the right angle. So, just in general, keep it eye level or a little bit higher. Try not to shoot from too low of a level because that doesn't look as flattering. Okay, but we'll guide you through the process, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Thanks so much.